All right, guys. So welcome. Today we're going to be talking about lookalike audiences. The number one thing about lookalikes is that a lot of people don't actually know how to create it, what is a lookalike, and how to actually scale up their business using a lookalike audience. So basically, what lookalikes are is something that is similar to what you're already targeting. And what Facebook do is that you can target 1% all the way to 10%, targeting different countries, basically similar to your source. So similar to the data that you already collected with Facebook. So what we're going to actually do is we're actually going to dive into this real quick. I'm actually showing you one of a client store that we have. I'm not supposed to actually be doing this, but due to the fact that I don't have data on a brand new store, we're just going to use some of these datas and actually just give you a guidance on how to actually create them. So what we're going to do is once you go to your ad manager, you want to actually go to where it says audience, right, on your business settings. So it's going to be right here. Once you click audience, it's going to actually redirect you to the audience page. So what you can do is you can actually create a saved audience, a custom audience, or a lookalike audience. But since we're actually focusing more on lookalike audiences, we're going to go ahead and click lookalike audience and actually wait for that to load up. Boom. So once it actually loads up, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click your source. So your source can be basically the source is the Facebook pixels, right? And what's going to actually happen is Facebook actually they're mandatory to have at least over 100 pixel fire, over 100 value pixel fire, same thing, or events. I'm sorry, to your for you to create a lookalike audience. But I particularly usually suggest to have over 150, sometimes 200, because the data is going to be a little bit more specific, right? So what we can do is, as you can tell, you see that the purchase is recommended is 498 purchase event value, right? But if you don't want to actually optimize for that, there's different optimizations you can do. And I usually start optimizing for view content, right? So view content, you literally have over 16,700 view content values. And the cool thing about in the past 60 days, the cool thing about this is once you're starting off, you're really not going to have that much data. But when you're running view content or really view content or traffic objective campaigns, then you're going to build a lot of view content, lookalike. You can be able to create a lot of view content lookalikes, but you won't be able to dive right into purchases, even though it's recommended by Facebook, because you're going to have to build that data up, which will take a little bit some time. But at the end of the day, you're going to get there, right? So let's just say that we are creating lookalikes for view content, right? I really suggest purchase and initiate checkouts and add to carts. But at the same time, I like testing, because right now we actually have a campaign that's running. We create an initiate checkout lookalike, and it's actually doing numbers, and we optimize for purchase, and it's doing good numbers. The cost per purchase is actually very low, and the results is actually really, really dope. So we're just going to focus on purchase right now. Once we do that, then what we're going to do is select our location. So we're going to go ahead and target the United States, and then we can go ahead and target Canada. Oops, spelled that wrong. Then we can go ahead and target Australia. So basically, we want to target countries that shop online the most, right? And before you actually do that, you want to actually make sure that your store do have a currency converter, automatic currency converter, because once they come to your store, you want to make sure that they can be able to see the price different. When you're shopping from different countries, the price won't update, and they probably don't know what USD amount is for whatever product they're purchasing. So you want to actually have the automatic currency converter on your store from your Shopify app. So once you set that up, the next thing we want to do is I usually tell my students and everyone to actually split test this, right? So I usually create an audience from 1%, then I'll create another audience in 2%, and then I'll create another audience in 3% all the way to 10%. Because some people usually say that 1% works the most, some people say 10% work the most. But if you can create all of them, right, and be able to test them at a $5 to $10 daily budget, you will actually figure out what works the most for you, right? Everybody has different results, so you want to actually go ahead and test that. So what you want to do is go ahead and tell Facebook you want to create 6 audiences, and you're going to create 0 to 1%, 1 to 2%, and then you want to do 2 all the way to 5%, and then 6%, 7, 8, and then you can stretch this out all the way to 10%, and then test it, right? I really don't care about the audience size, really, because it's really good if it's over 1 million. But at the end of the day, I like dragging to 7 to 10. but you can bring it back a little bit and, put it from, let's just say, 8 to 10%, and then put this at 4. So boom, that's it. And then all you do is click create audience. I really don't want to click it because I have to go back in and delete these. But this is how you create a lookalike audience. And like I said, a lookalike audience is basically targeting the 1% of people that already did a call to action. So they probably initiated a checkout, they probably added to cart, or they probably made a purchase. So you really want to, this is really beneficial when it comes to scaling in your business. And it's really dope because I love creating lookalike audiences and manual bid with this strategy. So hopefully you guys actually learned something in this. See you guys in the next lesson. Peace.